What are some of the essential skills that a project coordinator or someone who's just starting their project management career should have? I have received this question and tons of other questions related to project management and just, a career in project management. And in this video, I'll be tackling 3 of those questions. So if you have any question on project management or a career in project management, then I might just be answering some of your burning questions in this video. So let's go. Hey there, welcome to my channel. High five to all my subscribers. And if you're new here, hello, my name is Ogaga Johnson. I am a project management leader and I help aspiring and established project management professionals or aspiring PMs to land and grow successful careers in project management. So if you are interested in knowing about project management or landing a job or growing your career in project management, then this is the channel for you. So click on the subscribe button and let us learn together. All right, so I'll be answering 3 questions from all the tons of questions people have been asking me, and I'll be doing this regularly. So if you have any project management question at all, anything on project management or career in project management, or anything at all related to project management and the career in project management, put it in the comment section because I'll be answering questions. Okay, but today I am going to be tackling 3 questions. So here is question number 1. So someone says, I have applied to over 1,000 jobs, hey, in 4 months, IT project coordinator or project management roles and product specialist roles. Should I be focusing on internships instead? What roles are more realistic with no experience? So this person is saying that they have applied to over 1,000 jobs in 4 months. Now that is scary because 1,000 jobs in 4 months, if everything was equal, that means you're applying to about 200 jobs. In fact, once you apply to 50 jobs. Once you apply to 50 jobs, and this is me being very conservative saying 50. Once you've applied to 50 jobs and you've not gotten an offer, there is already something wrong. At that point, you should just pause and do a review, do a check before you even move further, because 1,000 jobs and nothing, that is even not good for someone's mental health to be getting so much rejections, year in month to month. No. So first of all, once you get to 50 applications and you have not landed a job offer, I'm not even saying interviews, 50 applications and you have not landed a job offer, that is a sign to pause and go back to the drawing board to see what could be wrong. And there are so many things that could be wrong. The person doesn't need to necessarily start from internships because that's what they are considering now. Maybe I should start from internships. No, you don't necessarily need to. You may have experience from all your work experience that you can actually gather and redefine into project management terms, into the language of the hiring manager for the project management job, and get a good role. So you don't necessarily have to start from internships even if you don't have any direct project management experience or the title of a project manager. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing for this person to answer their question is, first of all, right, identify the experiences you have that you can leverage from your work experience to project management. Once you have identified it, you will now be able to understand what niche can I give myself. So let's say you are in marketing, you've been doing so many marketing work that in fact, that's your job title, digital marketer. Okay, that's your job title. So you've been doing marketing. Now go and look, have I done any digital marketing campaigns? Most likely yes, right? Because most digital marketing folks are doing campaigns every time, whether it's an ad campaign on Google ads, YouTube ads, whatever ad campaign, or maybe it was even a launch campaign to launch a new product or to launch an existing product to just raise more awareness. But marketing people, you guys do campaigns. Based on even my business, I know that I lead so many marketing projects and my team, they are assigned to so many marketing projects. Okay, so let's use that as an example. So from there, you already can pull out all those marketing campaigns that you did, because those are projects, and you can position yourself as a marketing project manager. That's a project manager in the marketing or advertising space. That's how you can brand yourself, or a project manager that will be leading various marketing campaigns within different, organizations or different, products. So you can brand yourself in that way, and you can use that to get, different types of project management roles. Now, if you realize that you do not really have any experience, that you can leverage, and you're really just starting from scratch, you're starting afresh, no worries at all. What about volunteer projects? Even if it is one. So for example, when I started my project management career, I really didn't have any professional experience to leverage. So what I leveraged was my volunteering experience as a youth coordinator in my local church, because at that time we're doing various youth events, youth conferences, youth retreats. So I put those in as, that was my experience, in project management, and I went for a project coordinator role. Okay, so I started off with project coordinator role because that was more of a coordination role, right? A leadership role in that space. So I leveraged my skills with organization, managing budgets, influencing people to get work done, because I was not the one doing the work, it was the youth doing the work. So that influence to get work done. So I leveraged those things in order to start a project coordinator role. So yes, you may not be able to go directly for a specialist project role or a project manager role, but you can target associate project manager, you can target assistant project manager, you can target project coordinator. If you have a very, extensive admin background, you can also, target project administration roles. Okay, those are some roles to target. Also, there are some roles that may not have the title project manager, or project associated with it, right? But there are roles that involve, coordinating projects, leading projects, administering projects. Find those roles and apply to them. So those are the kind of roles that you can do if you have no single project management experience that you can leverage from your previous experience. So that's my answer. Again, please don't wait until you apply to 1,000 jobs before you know something is wrong. Once you have hit 50 jobs and you realize that you're not getting a job offer, that's the time to go back to the drawing board to check what is wrong and develop a new job search strategy, because 50 jobs applications and nothing yet is a sign that you are not in the right path or something could be wrong. So go back to the drawing board and change that. So another question I'm going to be dealing with, it says, what are the most valuable skills a project coordinator or someone who is just starting the project management role, what are those most valuable skills should I have? So that's perfect. In today's day and age, probably the answer I would have given 2 years ago or a year ago might have been different. But giving this answer today, I will say that, technical skills are great. Don't get me wrong, they are great. But in this day and age of AI, most times you can teach an AI, or there are various AI tools that can actually do the technical skills. But the skills that AI most likely can do efficiently are the power skills. So when I say power skills, I mean, the people skills, skills like interpersonal relationship, where you actually, need to influence people, build relationships to influence people. AI probably can do that, right? Skills related to negotiation, AI won't be able to do it. Stakeholder engagement is a big one, especially in projects in new emerging fields. And you know what? Any kind of project, actually, scratch that. Any kind of project, right? Stakeholder engagement and communication, they are big deals. So those are skills that you should, master if you're just starting your project management job or your project management career. The technical skills are good. So what I will say about technical skills is you can know them, but most importantly, know how you can use AI to optimize or use AI to automate the technical side of things, because then you come in as someone who can be more productive and get much more work done, because you're leveraging AI to enhance what you can do. So that's one thing I will say. Learn how to use AI. There are AI functionalities in so many project management tools, so learn how to use a project management tool. That's one thing. Now, the thing about project management tools is that most of them are similar in how they work, how they function. So if you learn learn 1 or 2 project management tools, you are most likely going to be able to use all the other project management tools. It won't be a deep, steep learning curve. It will be very easy to learn them. So I will encourage everyone who is just starting out their project management career that when it comes to skills, okay, you should first of all use AI. Know how to use AI to automate some of the technical things like meeting minutes taking, project reporting, creating dashboards, some of the things that, you can teach AI to do the technical things, even risk identification, drafting out a risk response report. Those are kind of things your AI can do, right? So know how to leverage AI to automate various kinds of technical skills. The next thing is your people skills. Communication is very key. That's one skill you must know. Stakeholder engagement, it is so important. It's a skill that you cannot do without. How to lead people without even having the title of a leader. That's so important. That's just basically influence. How to influence people to get work done. That is leadership, okay? You need to have that skill. And then finally, understand project management tools. These tools are very critical for so many projects. So understand how to use them, whether you're learning Jira or whether you're learning MS Project or Asana or ClickUp. There's so many project management tools. I will say pick 2, right? Maybe pick an MS Project because that's really in the, it's a legacy platform. So pick an MS Project and then pick any of the other platforms, whether it's a ClickUp or a Jira, and learn those tools in and out. And you can learn them on various channels. Even here on YouTube, you can learn those tools. So those are the essential skills I would say you need to have as a project coordinator, and going into your project management career, because essentially the role of a project manager is to ensure that the project objectives are met. And how are they met? People need to do the work. You need to communicate things as the work is going on. That's a project information to various relevant stakeholders, and you need to manage those stakeholders as you're doing that. So your PM tools will help you, knowing how to automate some of the repetitive tasks or tasks that you don't necessarily need to do because AI can do it. So why not? So it can be more effective and focus on what is really needed. It really depends on you and your time, and which is really that relationship building, whether it's with your team or with your stakeholders, in order to get the work done. Okay, so that's my answer. Let's go to the last question, which is the final question for this particular video. All right, so this is a question very specific. It says, I'm a teacher transitioning into project management. I have completed a Scrum Master certification. I've completed a Google Project Management certificate, but no interviews yet. So I'm guessing they have been applying. How can I translate my teaching experience into strong project management resume bullets? I love this question because it's really a challenge so many people are facing, right? They have done various certifications, they have tweaked and tailored their resumes, they're applying now, but yet after spending time, money, various resources, you're still not landing, those interviews to showcase your skills, your value, your worth, to showcase who you are. And I completely understand that. So focusing on this particular teacher and any other teacher, right? And in fact, any other role, you can possibly use some of these tips that I'll be sharing to get your own experience out there. So first of all, just a disclaimer that those certifications are good, right? Scrum Master certification, Google Project Management certification, are all good. However, certifications do not land you jobs. They are there for you to increase your knowledge, grow your knowledge on the, on the technicalities and, just the project management body of knowledge, right? So you're gaining more knowledge and improving yourself. What you need to do with that knowledge is translate that knowledge and apply it to experience in project management, because knowledge gained through the certifications that is not applied is useless. That's what I want to say. So for example, now you have gotten the certifications, you understand what a project really is, right? So then take that understanding of what a project is and look through your teacher experience, right? And say, okay, a project is anything that I've done that has a start time and end time. It was not operational in nature. It created a unique result, right? And it was finite, it was definite, right? So look through your experience, your teaching experience, and find out what activities did I do that produced a unique result or product or service, and it was finance. Oh, maybe I was the one that organized the graduation ceremony for K to 12 students, or graduation ceremony for the high school students. I was the one that, always organized it. Hey, that's a project, because it's a graduation. You have the start time when you start planning, you have the end time, after the graduation day, and it's done. And you can say, oh, but I did graduation 2024, 2025, it doesn't matter. Those graduations were unique because they were unique people that were graduated in those in the different years that you had to do the graduation. So that's a project, for example. So take that knowledge that you have gained and find out, first of all, what projects can I pull out from my experience. So let's say you are the one that organized, because COVID happened, and different people are now digital. So you were the one that organized getting all the teaching, all your lesson notes, right, into an online learning management system that the students can go in there, review their assignments, do the assignments, put it back on. Hey, that is a project. Setting that LMS up, being part of, putting the first set of, courses on there, reviewing it, and improving it continuously. That's a project. That's a project that you can leverage in your resume. That's a project that you can leverage and put in your resume, right? So you need to write your resume as a project resume, okay? Because sometimes when you put the teacher, someone might skip over it, but instead of putting the teacher, you can say, oh, projects, then put the project's name and put what you did there. Maybe you were the one that coordinated the project, or you were the manager of the project, whatever your title was on that project. Remember, that's not your job title, but that's your title on the project. That's what you should use, okay? So that's how you tailor your resume. So that's the first thing. The knowledge you've gained is great through certifications, but now take that knowledge and apply it to your experience. What projects have I done? And then translate it out, okay? So that's the first thing. Then the next thing that I would advise you to do if you're a teacher, for example, is find out what project management niche you can tailor your career path in, right? Because it's easier I tell people that when you want to transition, it's easier to transition one thing at a time. Not that you can transition two things at a time, in terms of your career is one thing, your industry is the second thing. So you can transition both at a time, but it's easier to transition one thing at a time. So you're transitioning your career right now, don't transition your industry. Your industry is the education industry, right? So can I find a project management role within the education industry? Why? Because you already have some form of subject matter expertise and you know how to work already in the education sector, in the education industry, right? But now you still want to work there, but you want to just change your career path. That's easier. It's easier because when you do that, then you now have the title of project manager, and then you can now use that to transition into another industry. So that's my advice. So find out, are there PM related roles in the education sector, whether it's in the ed tech sector or the normal education in regular traditional education institute. Look for ways to apply, I would say niche down to become a PM in the education space. That's how you should brand yourself and use that to get your foot into the door. And when you're there, you can move across any other industry, okay? So whether you're looking for, PM roles that relate to edtech in terms of managing educational resources on a technology platform, or you become, a project manager for, learning management systems, or you just become a traditional project manager in a college or a university or even a school, right? Any school at all. So that's where I would say you should brand yourself towards, okay? Perfect. So those are the 3 questions that I'm answering in this video. Now, if you have any questions at all, feel free to put them in the comments and I will also pick them up and answer them in my next video, okay? So remember, it is possible to land a project management role. It is very possible. You have value. You just need to find out how to tie that value to the project management career you desire. Join them together and you are the perfect fit for the best career path, which is project management. I'm a bit biased, but now you can niche down into a particular industry or a particular sector within project management. That's the secret sauce nowadays, okay? Remember, you have the value, so don't give up. Just re-strategize on how you will go about landing your project management role and go from there. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to share with someone so that they can learn, because you know what? These questions are the questions that most people are asking, and I'm sure that this video will be able to help them answer those questions so that they can fast track their way to their project management career. And if you enjoyed this video at all, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and let us continue learning together. And if you'd like to learn more about project management, how to land a job, then check out my other videos, okay? And if you